Okay. Okay, first question. Formula AI. Okay, I saw the validation AI to help with generating validation rules in Ragic sheet. Can Ragic also implement the same for formulas? In my case, I need to set a formula more often than validation, and usually I use ChatGPT. Oh, okay. Well, coincidentally, we are working on the Formula AI, and it should be online fairly soon. So we're expecting it in like soon as in like 1 week or two. So it should be online probably next week or the week after next week. Okay. Working on this. It should be online in 1 to 2 weeks. All right. And if you have any other suggestions that maybe something that could be done better with the AI related function, so feel free to let us know. Yeah, and we do think that integrating these kind of GPT AI is very helpful for in some parts of application buildings using Ragic. So yeah, it really does help a lot of cases. Okay, next question. Reverse a stock update when deleting a sales order. Okay. So when we create a sales order, our stock is automatically updated. But if we delete a sales order, the stock is not updated, except if we do it manually with a reverse stock update button before we delete the sales order. So if we forgot to manually do it before deleting the sales order, it's too late. Yeah, that's a good point. Is there a way to automatically update the stock when deleting the sales order? Um, yeah, because right now we don't have a we do have post workflow, but the post workflow is not executed when you delete a record. So yeah, right now there's not a I can't really think of a good way to support this right now. Yeah, I don't think we have a good way to do any type of um, to execute any type of workflow on deletion. And the reason that we haven't added any workflow for deletion is that when you delete a record, there's very often times you need to mass delete a lot of records, and if any workflow is bound to these sheets, then the mass deletion will take a long, long time. So, but but still, I do think that perhaps we should find some good ways to to support this kind of automated workflow execution when deleting a record. Yeah, and by the way, when the update this sheet update this sheet button or the update other sheet button, those are implemented with JavaScript workflow using our JavaScript workflow engine in the background. Way to execute action buttons or workflow on record deletion. Yeah, maybe we could have a configuration that an action button is automatically executed on deletion. Execute. I'm still trying to think of a good way to do this. And perhaps as a good practice in a lot of ERP systems, we usually don't really delete records. We just change their status, like change the sales order status to deleted. And if you change the sales order status to deleted, and it will help you help you it will help you to mark a sales order as deleted. And if the record is there, and when it's on update, then you will be able to reverse the stock the stock item balance when you change the order state. It will be possible for you to implement this if the deletion is actually a state change instead of an actual record deletion. So just and as a best practice, in a lot of ERP systems, they never delete any records to leave a trail of audit, so that they only change the status to deleted to any of the records. Okay, next question. Can we fuse sales vertically, like merging sales vertically? And right now, no. We can merge them horizontally, but not vertically right now. Right now, we can sort of fuse sales horizontally on Ragic, but we cannot vertically. Is it something you will implement in the future? I feel it is the last thing I miss from the classic spreadsheets and could improve the layout of the documents I generate with Ragic. Um, and right, but right now, if you really want to like fuse sales like vertically, merge sales vertically, we don't really have a way to do that. But what we would like to know is the use cases that you have for merging sales vertically, because in some cases, like if you want to put an image that can cross multiple rows, and you can actually do that, so that we have configurations for you to extend the image outside of the boxes, outside of the cells. And I do think that in some cases we can use this kind of configuration to kind of simulate cells being merged vertically. So it would be helpful if you can kind of let us know what kind of use cases that you have on these vertical merges, or what kind of layouts that you're trying to achieve. And it will help us to see if we can implement some other workarounds to vertically merging cells. But right now, it's kind of difficult for us to implement vertical cell merges because of some technical issues, like when we're dealing with, mostly because when we're dealing with subtables, and the subtables, there are multiple rows dynamically. So if the vertical cell merges has anything to do with the subtables, it gets things complicated pretty quickly. And there are lots of weird exception cases that we will need to deal with, or the user will need to deal with, when the vertically merged cells that are in the subtable. But it is still something that we could consider in the future. But right now, when we discuss this, we just feel that there's a lot of things going on with the vertical cell merges that may conflict with our subtables. So technical limitations. If the cell content is image, to allow it extend Okay. All right. And that's it for the questions for today, the Ragic Office Hour. And thank you for joining in. If you have any other questions, feel free to use the Office Hour question sheet right here, and I will answer your questions in the Office Hour webinar in 2 weeks. All right. Thank you and goodbye.